with your containers. Like, single mom in a, I don't know, little apartment, and you're like, I'm gonna make, you have a couple of celebrity clients, and you're like developing this portion control system, working your angles to try to get on TV, and however that manifested into what this is, like, it happened. Like, whatever it was, it's not exactly what you thought it was gonna be. It was gonna be this thing in a box and maybe sell it in stores or whatever. Like, it happened, dude. Like, it could have been a total disaster, and you went for it and made things happen. Like, you know, it's very similar to a coach success story, because they go for it, people doubt them, and they're like, well, that's stupid, especially families, skeptical or something like, what, you have no business creating a container thing, and then all of a sudden, like, it's happening. What's it like to be you?
That whole it happened thing is still very surreal for me. I still wake up every morning and I'm like, is this real life? And I do still live in that little apartment for 10 more days. I close on my house when we get back. That's a huge one for me. That's a very big deal, because I was a trainer. That's what I did, 14 hours a day. Same thing. I'd be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would drop my son off to his dad and go see 5 clients, and then go to Equinox and train more clients, and then pick him up from preschool and bring him back to Equinox with me to put him in the daycare there, and then train more clients and get home at 8 o'clock at night and get him fed and washed and in bed, and collapse in my bed and get up and do it all over again and wonder, is it gonna happen? And there would be a lot of nights crying to my best friend on the phone and being like, I don't understand what else I can do, and why hasn't it happened yet? And there were so many doors slammed in my face so many times. So to actually have it happen and see the amazing, amazing success that people have with it, I'm still blown away. Like, somebody came up to me last night and was like, one of my clients has lost 98 pounds on 21-day fix, and I'm just like, what? How, like, when you guys said to me, we need him to lose 15 pounds in 21 days, I went home and I was like, well, this is dead, and it's the dead in the water, because like, that doesn't happen. Because nobody would ever follow it like I would tell them to. Thank you for following it like I tell you to. So when people, now my stuff hasn't been out as long as your guys', so it's not often that I do get recognized out in public. The one thing I have learned is to stop yelling at my kid at Disneyland. You know, it's Disneyland.
That autumn girl's yelling at her kid.
Like, God, shut up, you can't have another cotton candy. And then I post a photo at Disneyland, and like all the coaches are like, I thought that was you, and I was like, was I screaming at him? So that's the one thing I don't do anymore. No, but seriously, when you guys come up to me and you say to me like, oh, you're probably tired of hearing this, I'm never tired of hearing about your success. Not tired of hearing about your success as a coach and how it's changed your business, because so many people have come up to me and been like, 21-day fix is all I sell now, or 21-day fix is what allowed me to quit my job. That's amazing. Like, allowed me to quit my job too. And then I see the success stories and the photos and it changing people's lives, and not just the weight loss, but people really coming up with my fibromyalgia is better, you know, my irritable bowel syndrome has gone away, I'm off of
Thank God.
Thank God. But that's a real thing, and that's a horribly uncomfortable thing to live with, from what I understand. So when people are coming up and coming off of medications and things like that, that part is amazing. And then there is the other side of it, where I get to help take care of my family, which is something that's happening right now, and that's awesome because I can do it. Or to walk my son into the house that we just bought and say like, hey, here's your room. And he's like, this is mine. Like, yeah, you actually have some room to play now. Although there's sacrifices, he lost his first tooth last night, and I missed it. But it's okay, I got video. But so there's still sacrifices that come with the job, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. There's always going to be the yin and the yang and the give and the take. But to be able to show him later on that this is something I got to help with is pretty awesome.
So let's sort of wrap it up with one final sort of thought and your perspective on really what the coaches do with your programs, right? So there were DVDs, there were even, you know, certainly Weight Watchers, there's ways to help people manage their portions. Like, we packaged it differently, we made it fun, and we have a very compelling way to distribute this stuff using infomercials and now network marketing and Beachbody Live. But with what each of you have said is that there's something really compelling happening in terms of customer success. So if you can, I don't really have a great question, so we'll see what you do with it, but what's it like to create something and then put it in the hands of these people and see what happens with it? Like, does it transcend what your expectations were? Is it like, you know, anyway, I don't want to ask too much of the question because I can answer it. What's it like for you as a personal trainer, frankly, who really you would just see people lose a little weight, make a bunch of excuses, put the weight back on. Lose a little weight, make a bunch of excuses, put the weight back on. Like, what's it like now to see this happen in such a significant way?
Again, it's everything to put it in the hands of the coaches. You and I were talking about this the other day. When you, as a trainer, there's still only so many people that you can help in a day. I can work 14 hours a day, but then I've helped 14 people, and that's the max I can do. I have to sleep at some point. So to be able to create something and then give it to all of you guys and say, now go help that many more people, and then to watch them do it and to watch them be passionate about it and excited about it and to see the success that everybody has with it, that's awesome. That's why we get up every day. It's why we take time away from our families and come here and do these things, because it allows us, it allows me to do what I always wanted to do, which was to help people on a much bigger scale than just the 5, 10, 15 people in a day that I could train. So I love that I can give it to the coaches and then I can watch what they do with it, and I can be involved and I can answer all of their questions, and I can, you know, one person can ask a question, but maybe it's a question that 5,000 of them have, and I can post one answer and get it out to everybody.